YouTube. As you can see, my friend over here eating stuff in her mouth. But we want to make a video about, certain topics. We're going to start off this video with one topic, unless it get debated into other topics. But we want to know why women, not all women, but why do some women feel that their marriage or relationship can be saved with having a child. And that's been on our mind to discuss. This is our first video, so it might be a little rough, but we getting into this thing. So, it's gonna be a learning process for us. And yeah, so we just gonna talk about this and see how it goes. So I wanna start off by saying, um, I think the women that do have kids to save their marriage, I think is hold on, let me make sure that is the video. Okay, the video. Okay, it's good. I'm sorry. So I think the women that do have kids to save their marriage, I think okay, yeah, y'all have a baby, and the tension is gonna be set around the baby on what to get the baby, or oh, the baby's so cute. But then at the end of the day, y'all two is the one that's gonna have to get in the bed together, and that real connection is gonna show when y'all by yourself. It's either gonna be a connection there or there's not. There's either gonna be issues there or there's not, because when the baby nowhere near sight and we have to put the baby up for to go to sleep, take a nap or whatever, it's still y'all two that's gonna be together. So that's when the real issues gonna come out. So I don't think a baby can save your marriage. And let's say, okay, let's say when y'all get in bed together, okay, y'all don't talk about nothing. At the end of the day, y'all still got the baby to feed off of and stuff. That baby will get older, you know? So when the baby does get older, it's like eventually that baby is gonna get older and be less needing of y'all. So then what y'all gonna do? So y'all have to think about all those things, in the future. You can have multiple babies, but at the end of the day, they still have to get older. So that's not what you think, Khalil.
My opinion on why do women that have babies to say their relationships or marriage,
Mm,
I think it's a personal choice, or for some women they think having a baby for a man
mm,
is more like they trying to keep the man.
right.
So with them having a baby thinking that the man gonna stay around because they had a child, where some women don't understand that regardless if you had the baby or not, it's not gonna change that man to
Mm,
either want to stay with you or not. That's something that should be given by the time the man got in a relationship. Like,
mm. I think some women think,
cause me personally, I'm not like desperate to
mm,
keep nobody around. If you don't want to be around me, you don't want to be around me. But I know how some women get in their emotions that they be like, "Oh, let me have this baby that I keep him." And then it's another thing too why some women choose to have babies with these men that they know ain't
mm,
really gonna be around
yeah,
is to say to still be around their presence, regardless if
mm,
they in a relationship or not.
yeah, because they feel like they can do
It's
stuff with the
that
child.
connection, yeah.
Mm,
Because they gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be a bonding regardless because I had your seed.
yeah.
And typically, that's not even always the case because the man can just disappear if you feel like it.
And I think they can live through their child together, like go to the child events, and that can boost up. And
And it's like a control thing too.
you think men
No,
or
I
women
think
or women
women,
do that to control the situation?
yeah.
Because I think even if you having a child to save your marriage, if the connection not there and he wanna, let's say if he just wanna stick around to save his family, if he not really happy, what's gonna stop him from going out there and cheating? So yeah,
Nothing.
you could say, oh yeah, he's cheating, but I'm the main, and I have this child and stuff, and he going out there cheating. At the end of the day, he's still giving that affection to somebody else. So deep down, you're not gonna be happy when you find out he going out there and give the affection to somebody else,
Hell,
whether
shoot,
he
you might
live with
get
you or
other
not.
kids somewhere else that you probably don't even know about. So
Right,
that's
because
why I say
that's
having.
what it can lead to if he out there doing that. It can lead to him having. It might not be his intention, but if you accept it when you find out, it can still lead to that. And definitely, when the kids get older or grown, he can leave you for the person he been out there. Because at the end of the day, he can actually form a real connection with somebody outside of you. So never like settle just because you have kids with somebody, because your child is gonna see that. You know, they're gonna see that mommy's not happy or daddy. It could go either both ways. They can see that you're not happy, and that can affect the way you parent the child, treat the child. Like you want to be in a healthy space to be all you can to be a great mother or a great father.
And moving on to, I mean, it's the same topic, but kind of like more in depth about the topic.
Okay.
Women who chooses to stay in relationships with men
Mhm.
because they always wanted the mother and the father in the same household.
Okay.
I think that is an issue too, becoming more normal where just because you want the father in the household, I don't think, especially if y'all toxic towards each other, because children are like sponges, they see everything.
Yeah.
Even if you think they not around, they still feel your emotions or what's going on,
Mhm.
which could cause a lot of childhood trauma and
Mhm.
can be passed on to when they get into their adulthood, thinking, oh, this is normal. I think a lot of us have that issue now
Yeah, for
because
sure.
parents, because mommy and daddy chose to stay together for the benefit of their child. Like, I don't think that's beneficial because now we got a lot of broken homes out
Yeah,
here
because a
that's
lot of people be like,
damaging.
right. And a lot of people be like, I don't want my child to be raised in a single parent household. Okay, I understand that. I was raised in a single parent household, so you feel like whatever child that parent missing, whether the father or the mother, me, I was missing the father, so you feel like they're gonna go out there searching for that father figure or vice versa. It don't necessarily mean that that person does have to grow up in a one parent household just because you're not with their father. Because you can meet somebody else that you truly have a connection with and really build a bond with you that you can eventually bring around your child. And that child is going to look at them as a father figure. It don't have to be blood related. If y'all have a strong connection, y'all want to build a family with it, cool, it can work. It don't have to be the real father that has to be in the household to build a bond, because it's people growing up today that have two mothers, two fathers, and they doing great, and at the end of the day, that's the game for them. They have two mothers or two fathers, two different households to grow up. That's the game.
I mean, me personally, I will prefer to have a two-parent household, but at the same time, I do feel like if it's not working out between you and the father, then I don't think you should be trying to make something work when it's not working. Because at the end of the day, who is ultimately affecting is your child.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna be affected. So yeah, so I feel like if you really wanna be all you can be, just make sure it starts from the household. So for the women out there that do think a marriage can save this,
The baby, let's say,
a baby can save the relationship, you got to think about the bigger outcome, because if you just thinking for yourself, that's not that's kind of selfish, because you're bringing another life into the situation. So you're trying to save your situationship, relationship or marriage, bringing another life into that, and that life has to grow up and is gonna watch. The first thing that child gets to see is the household. Before they
Mhm.
see the outside world, before they go to school, anything, they're gonna be inside the household and they gonna see what's going on. So yeah, I just feel like you should think for the bigger picture, because if you just think of for yourself, it's kind of selfish, and that's not a way to, start our parent is to be selfish. Like you want that child to grow up in a loving situationship, a loving
Not
family,
a survival
Yeah.
situationship, basically what
Yeah,
she's
right.
saying.
Right. So you want
Not,
that family to grow up in a loving,
yeah.
yeah, a loving environment. Yeah. Because I grew up in a one parent household, but that parent still gave me all,
Unconditional love.
yeah, all the love that they
And
can.
that's really what people be like looking for, unconditional love, really.
Yeah, right.
And they don't care where it come from. Even really, people really like inner childhood, your inner child really
Yeah.
be wanting that unconditional love from your parents. But seeing as though mommy wanted to have me to keep daddy around, and
So you do you
most
feel
of her energy went towards trying to keep him rather than trying to love me. I mean, not saying that mommy didn't love me, but
right?
most of her energy was trying to keep this man or keep the father here because that's who she truly ultimately felt for. Which is cool. Not saying that you can't love a person, but
Mm-hmm.
the love gotta be transitional, it gotta be reciprocated back. And if he's not reciprocating that in the first stages
Mm-hmm.
of y'all relationship, and you thinking, if I had this baby, he love me more, or he stay around, or he stop doing this, like it
Mm-hmm.
don't work that way. It
Exactly.
had to be shown prior.
So do you think that the women are afraid to be single moms, or
No, I don't think any woman is afraid to be single mother. Cause look at the culture that's going on right now. You got some women who not afraid of being single. You got some women who will accept. You got some women that go to lengths and try to get pregnant, rather they want the man in the house or not. Like,
But do you really think that's a single mom just because they break up? Because that don't mean the father is gonna go out of their life. Y'all could just have two
no, I
separate
think
parents.
like for me and you, for instance, we don't have kids. We are single women.
Mhm.
Now, to me, when a single mother say I'm a single mother, I think that's just a title that they give themselves to
Mhm.
differentiate themselves by letting when they are going out there to the dating world.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm single, but I'm also with child.
Yeah.
Or I also have a child. My bad, not with child, but
Yeah.
also have a child. So I think it's the title to let them know, like I don't come just as a single woman, but I come also with a child or children.
Yeah. Sure. I think so. I think so too. So,
Just
yeah,
like
I
when you
don't.
go to a job, like you got different titles. Like I'm a clerk, cashier. It's like it's all in the like Target. You work at Target. You
Mm,
can't just be like, oh, I'm an employee at Target. Like, what exactly are you an employee at as Target?
right.
Cashier.
Right.
So it's just the title that single women give. I mean, single mothers give themselves, and that have nothing to do with I'm a single mother and I'm doing this all by myself.
Right.
It's just letting whoever they dating, letting them know like I come with child or
Mhm.
children.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
So if you don't accept me or my child, like, okay, when you first start talking to a dude, I don't encourage no women to bring their child around. Of course, you have to get to know the person. It's a process.
Mhm.
So, but if that person don't accept your child, it's like it's not gonna work out, because that's who you come with, and you never wanna choose a man over your child, period, or that go vice versa. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about if you really ready to become a mother. That's our point. Like if you really ready to become a mother, make sure that you not willing to sacrifice your happiness, or sacrifice anything that's gonna take away from you being a good mother. I think if you willing to bring a child in this world, I really think that it should start with you making sure that you at peace, that you have happiness in your life and negative. Of course, y'all gonna go through the struggles and I promise, but don't think that a child can fix turmoil. If you have all this turmoil in your life, you have all these, negative things around you with your relationship, y'all fussing, y'all fighting. Don't think a child can you, because you don't even want to bring a child in that environment
But that's the
anyway.
thing,
You know?
actually, some people don't want to take accountability because they don't see that what they are doing is the problem. So they cannot self reflect something about themselves to
Yeah,
feel like, hey, you know,
yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I mean, because I think some people
I
do.
mean, you can realize that about yourself because you took time to take accountability, understand like, hey, I
Right.
am a problem. But some people feel as though they don't necessarily think they are the problem, so
Hmm.
they don't have to fix something that they feel like it's not a problem to them.
Right. Because they do. Because there's some women out here that be like, okay, I just want somebody to love me. So that's why I'm gonna get pregnant. So,
Oh, I know
so
one person that's like that.
yeah.
A homegirl like that, cause it was more because I think it was more so because of the weight issue. She
Mm,
felt like she was kind of unattractive, so she kind of forced. And then the only problem with that is that she was never in a relationship, so it's like how can you bring a baby? That's like selfishness too, because you're
mm,
not even in a relationship with the person that you had a baby with.
yeah. So
So
I
it's like you already planned on being a single mother.
yeah. So and then the people that do want somebody to love you, that's not the type of love you're looking for. Of course, the child is gonna love you unconditionally. You're their mother or their father, but the type of love that you're looking for is compassion that you find in like a relationship or something. That's not the certain type of love. So you can't think like that when you bring a child in there, because that child is gonna give you father and daughter or father and mother, love. That's a different type of bond than a relationship bond. First of all, you have to love yourself. Like it starts from loving yourself.
Inside out.
Yeah, so if you with a person that don't love you or you feel like it's never gonna work, y'all always fighting, let that go. Love your. It's okay to be by yourself. That's how you figure yourself out. That's how you figure out like, okay, so what's in me to keep attracting this? Like, what can I change about myself? What can I do to make myself better? You it's not, you can't figure that out with a man or a child. You have to figure that out for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So and then when you have
Facts, facts.
so then when you have all of that in order, then you want to bring a child into all the love that you already have for yourself. That's what you want to bring a child. You don't want to bring a child in to get some love. You wanna bring that child into a loving environment and share that love with your child and just happy because
And another thing, yeah, women do know that while the baby's in your womb, whatever stresses you going through, the baby feels. So,
yeah, they already have that energy on them before they
mm,
even come out to the world. And that's another thing you don't want to. And you don't want no complications from stress. Stress causes a lot of, you know, technicalities or, stuff with your pregnancy. You don't want stress on that. You want a nice, healthy birth. And you want to be in a nice spirit. So, yeah. So I really just think that, you know, don't give something all your time because it takes two people to have a relationship. So if that person is not willing to do everything that you willing to do, don't try to
force
fix,
it.
yeah, force it, and definitely don't try to fix it with a child. You agree?
I most definitely
Yeah,
agree. I
so
don't think bringing another human being in the world is going to resolve the issues that you already having within the relationship with your significant other. Um, I don't even know why it should result to. I don't like that's having a baby is like the last thing you should have on your mind.
mm,
Like get whatever issues you have with your significant other out the way first.
right.
I understand things happen, things do happen, but it's a lot of prevention too before it even get to that level where you have to have a baby to resolve that issue. Like if you're looking for love or compassion, like she said, that comes from within. It really shouldn't take another person to give you that.
Yeah,
That's just an added bonus that a person is doing that because they already had love within themselves, love
right.
within the family, friends, like whoever,
Right, you definitely don't need another person to
to
clarify your
validate.
worth. You
Yeah,
know your worth.
validate your worth.
Validate yourself. Like you know your worth. You know what you could do. You know what you're capable of. You don't need nobody to justify that. It all starts by how you carry yourself, the energy that you put out. You have to demand the respect. Don't let nobody like disrespect you or care with you. Don't even carry yourself like that because at the end of the day, people do feed off your energy and they get away with what you let them get away with.
Hmm.
You know, that's how people create that toxic stuff because they allow it to go on and not, putting their foot on like, okay, look, this is what I'm gonna take. This is not what I'm gonna take. That goes for women and men. Cause there's men out there that take stuff from a woman that they don't have to either. So we talk about both genders.
And by the way, there's no such thing as gender war. That's just a made up thing that people on TikTok want to fuss about.
Yeah, definitely. So they go for both. So yeah, so in conclusion, like we just want y'all to know that that doesn't work. I mean, from life experiences that I, encountered upon, it doesn't really make you happy. Like it can start off, even if it start off good, like, oh my God, this
The
is,
honeymoon
yeah,
phase.
yeah, oh my God, this still works. See, I knew I could have it. And then y'all gonna have to hit reality and the dust gonna settle and it's gonna be like, okay.
And that's one thing about a relationship. I can tell you that much. It starts good in the beginning, but you really don't know your partner until you see, like they say, until you see them in all the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
If you can deal with those rough patches, then it's cool. Like you can't just give up the first instant things don't go right. But at the same time, you gotta know what your worth is and what you willing to do and what you not willing to do. Don't be a person that's in desperation because they trying to fill a void.
It gotta be worth fighting for. Don't
Yeah,
fight for nothing that ain't worth fighting for. Mm-mm. But if it's worth it, yeah, fight for your marriage or everything.
right.
But don't be fighting with yourself. That's when you know it's not worth it. Both of y'all have to be doing it together. It takes two. It's never one. If you feel like you the only one doing the work and putting in the effort and stuff like that, that's a problem. And if you talk to that person about it, if they don't see that, if they don't see eye to eye, then you know what you have to do. If some people not meant to be together, and you don't know that until y'all really meet. Like it takes time. Sometimes you can see it right off the bat, but unfortunately, sometimes it don't happen that quick. Sometimes you can go like 6 months to a year or even longer to actually really see like, damn, this is not worth it, or this person really showing their true colors. So or y'all not compatible or nothing. Like that don't mean the other person. Sometimes it's not the other person a bad person. Maybe y'all just not right for each other.
Mhm.
So we appreciate you watching this video. Got any closing statements? Cause it's gotta be
No,
that
no
time.
closing statements. Just know every relationship has its hard times and its good times, and having a child is not going to go fix the solution. It's not going to be the solution to your problems.
Mhm.
More so, you and your significant other having a mutual understanding of what y'all want from each other,
Mhm.
and also, knowing what your worth is and how you can contribute or add.
Right.
Hopefully, somebody can add to your to the relationship and not just be a life sucker
Mhm.
or what y'all call them.
Life suck of life. I don't. Anything. I don't know. Sucker for life. Something like that. I don't know. But this is
And there's
our
no oh yeah, and another thing, it's nothing wrong with being by yourself, like she says, nothing
yeah.
wrong with that. Sometimes things just don't work out. Like shit, jobs don't work out.
Yeah.
You know, just gotta move on to what's next. But bringing another life in the world, like that's kind of selfish in a way because you trying to keep something that is not working.
Back. So this was, like I said, our first video. We appreciate your feedback and telling us how we did. Of course, we can only grow from here and show improvement. There's a lot of things that we didn't have figured out, but we just started a video, and this is how we start. This is gonna be like a rough format, and then we just only can get better for here. So just we appreciate a like, comment, subscribe, and just your honest feedback on that. We're gonna be talking about, different.
Various topics.
Mhm.
It could be anything pertaining to relationships, whatever. Don't
And
really
we'll
matter.
take advice. Like if y'all have different topics that y'all want us to start. I know we definitely new here, and this is our first video, but we definitely gonna be looking and taking any topics. If y'all have like any suggestions, we can really take notes and go from there, and talk about it. We appreciate the feedback, and we are going to, take it in. So if it's a topic that you want, just give, just shout it out in the comment, and
Until
you can
next
see it on
time.
the video. So thank you for watching, Ash and Kalia. So I guess we'll see y'all next time.